Hey, what's up, everybody? So last night on my way to work, I was cruising down Grand Avenue, and I guess I got too close to this guy's bumper, or I was tailgating him too much. I honestly don't even know what I was doing, but he proceeds to tap his brakes, slow down in the middle of the lane, just, you know, doing the typical, like, get off my ass moves. And I'm thinking to myself, and I think at the time I was just thinking this guy was, like, you know, either retarded or not paying attention, like on his cell phone or something, drunk, maybe a really old guy driving at night, you know, can't see very well. I don't know, something. I wasn't thinking that he was telling me a message. I just didn't think about it. Until we get to where we need to get into a left lane to make a left, and he stops in the middle of the left lane, probably 50 feet from the car in front of him. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? And he opens his door and he looks back at me. And I'm sitting like this, and so he looks at me and I go, like, what? And he throws his hands up, like, what? And I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck is your problem? And he throws his hands up again, like, what? And I'm like, are you serious? And he closes his door and he creeps up to the car in front of him. And I was like, what the fuck? Did I miss something here? And so he, the light turns green to make a left. 2 cars in front of him go. He stops at the crosswalk. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? What is he trying to prove? And he just kind of creeps, you know, like he lets off his brakes to, like, this, while his lights go away, but then he hits his brakes again, just fucking with me. And I'm getting irritated, but I'm chuckling at the same time, like, what is this guy doing? And so he creeps enough into the intersection that I can get around him. So I gun it, and I make a sharp left to basically cut him off and get in front of him. But this is Grand Avenue, so there's a train track. There's a big, and this is onto 91st Avenue, so it's kind of an uphill to the train track. And I cut too sharp. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. I was paying attention to him because I didn't want to sideswipe. I didn't want to get hit. And I ended up going over the train tracks into oncoming traffic. Thankfully, there was no cars coming because it scared the shit out of me as soon as I went over that train track and realized I was too far to the left. And there's a street light, you know, median there that I had to go around on the opposite side of the street. So I was pretty fucking scared at that point because I could have gone over that hill and there could have been a car waiting for me and I just could have plowed him. But I went past it, you know, accelerated pretty quickly because, again, I was trying to, you know, get past him and prove a point at the same time. And I swerved back into the oncoming, you know, back into the lane where I'm supposed to be and proceeded to the next light. Well, as soon as I get to the next light, I see red and blue. So there must have been a DPS officer in the intersection. He saw the whole thing, and I'm just like, fuck. So I just pulled over. I mean, I know he's coming for me. So I pulled over, turned my lights off, or turn my car off, get my stuff out. He comes up behind me, you know, asking me the typical questions. Takes him 35 minutes to get back to me after he takes my license and registration to his car. At this point, my mind's wandering, going, okay, is he waiting for another officer? Is he waiting for a tow truck? I mean, I'm getting arrested? Like, what the fuck's going on? And like I said, throughout 35, 40 minutes later, he comes back and he's like, all right, the reason why it took me so long is because I was trying to find something that wasn't a criminal, you know, something criminal. Because what I did was reckless endangerment, and that's a criminal offense, I guess. I don't know. But he's like, you know, I appreciate your honesty, and you got no previous record, and, you know, whatever. I don't want to have to arrest you or whatever. So he gives me a civil citation. However, there's nothing on it. It doesn't say what I did. Nowhere. I mean, the entire portion is blank where it says that the defendant committed the following. There's nothing there. So he says that I could, you know, appear in court or I can take traffic school and I don't have to go to court. But I'm thinking if I go to court, they're going to throw it out because there's nothing there. So I'm going to do a little research, maybe ask my dad, see what they think. Because it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say what I did. In fact, it even says I was going 40 into 40. So I don't know what they would charge me with, what kind of ticket they would give me. Unless it's on, like, in the computer, maybe. But we'll see what happens. But that's my story. That's my little own personal road rage. You know, he got the best of me. And you know, my macho driving, my offensive driving got me in trouble. So I'm sure my wife will tell me I told you so when I get home.